Episode 4. We had some hilarious moments too, which inevitably include girls going shopping. One of the very first things we had to get used to was the direct approach of the local people. 4 questions always came in quick succession. What's your name? Where do you come from? How old are you? And how much do you earn? I think some dear folks find it quite disconcerting when we mischievously gave all 4 answers after the first question. The weather was very what we call in England mixed. I had taken few clothes and nothing to speak of for the colder days. When it rained, it was cold and there was no central heating. I took the opportunity on our first afternoon off to go shopping in the city centre with my Australian friends to buy something warm to wear. We managed to get lost in the huge department stores, in the hidden alleyways, in the maze of streets, and even in the supermarket, where all we wanted was a packet of biscuits to have with our hot chocolate at bedtime. The others doubled up with laughter when they saw the expression on the shop assistants' faces every time I asked if they had a pair of warm trousers to fit me. Success was found at last in the largest store in town, in the men's department. One of the girls wanted a pair of shoes. She found some in a minute shop down a cluttered alley. I had charge of the phrase book, and as I was practising under my breath how to say, "too expensive," the shop lady of acute hearing knocked $2 off the price. We treated ourselves to a McDonald's to celebrate our bargains. It was great fun. However, I began to sense in my spirit that this placement was not the main reason for my trip to China. This impression was confirmed after I'd bidden a fond farewell to my fellow team members and was almost immediately whisked off by taxi to my second location. Chapter 4. Hands-on moments. How different in almost every way life was to become for this not-so-intrepid traveller. Sally from New Zealand, who was to be my hostess for the next stage of my sojournings, kindly met me at number 1 welfare centre and took me by taxi to number 2, as they were respectively called. As soon as we hit the edge of the city, we were into what I'd always imagined to be China proper. The rural scenery was amazing, with paddy fields right up to the edge of the road on either side. As the roads became dustier and bumpier and the potholes larger, the driving became more erratic, sending cyclists, pedestrians and chickens diving for cover. I know I've said that before, but this is a very common occurrence in China. The distinct prospect of slipping over the edge into the cool, muddy water of a paddy field became almost appealing as we gradually acquired a layer of orange dust upon our persons. In China, when it is hot, it is very hot, and the windows of houses and vehicles alike need to be wide open. That day was very hot. After just over an hour's travelling, we arrived at a quaint little township and drew up in the courtyard of number 2 welfare centre. A man ran out of an adjacent building to greet us. He grabbed my suitcase, which was nearly as big as himself, and headed for the stairway which I could see through the open door. Sally told me to follow him while she haggled with the taxi driver over the fare. He nearly got away from me, but as I puffed up the 6 flights of stone steps, but I was determined to keep him in my sights. Sally followed in a few moments with a key for the front door to her flat and led us directly into a small room which served as hall, living room and dining room. 2 slightly larger rooms were off to the left, and a tiny kitchen and an even smaller cupboard-sized space which served as bathroom/utility room were off to the right. Sally kindly gave me the use of one of the larger rooms as my bedroom, and she had the other one. Cosy, I thought, and not too much to clean. And now, please give me a few days to settle in before the next episode. If you'd like to continue with me on my wanderings, please give a thumbs up and press the subscribe button found below this picture.